The stats playing lines like percussion. MLB predictions spark the discussion. Stacking cash higher than Fenway's monster. Slinging wild bets like cowboy imposters. Reading those innings like Nostradamus. Wave the green, hot streets like Bahamas. Spreadsheets everywhere, mathematician minds analyze the games, profits they grind, fastballs, curveballs, every pitcher's tail, in their heads, knuckleballs never fail. Erik reading numbers like tarot cards, David calling shots like all-star guards, money lines, parlays, come hit with precision, home run predictions, no intermission. High stakes, ballers cashing checks in, rise with the bets, swing it from the pen. Erik and David, masters of the scoreboard. MLB bets and claim they hoard. High stakes, ballers cashing checks in, rise with the bets, swing it from the pen. Erik and David, kings of the ledger, baseball fortune, spread them like treasure.
Hello and welcome to Diamond Bets for August 29th. How's everyone doing? My name is Erik. I'm the man behind eTalk21 Sports. And that lovely son of a bitch next to me is Vatex #1 fan, my boy David, aka Better DP21. David, how you doing today, my friend?
Doing great, man. Can't wait to get to college football kickoff this weekend with watching my team down in Atlanta.
Did you bet anything last night? I know this is an MLB show, but did you bet any college last night?
I didn't, not last night.
So, dude, nothing screams high level when the fact you are live streaming Akron and Wyoming on ESPN Plus, grinding out an Akron +7 inside the number for the whole game until a blowing coverage TD with 3 minutes left.
Yeah, what, Wyoming win 10-0? Something like that.
Wyoming won 10-0. Wow. But you know what? I can't complain. I had Buffalo +18.5, easily covered. I had South Florida plus the points and on the money line. So that's I'm gonna bitch about the one I got wrong because that's all I do. I'm a certified bitcher, as you say.
Oh yeah. Oh, we know. We know.
So real quick, let's jump right into this. The playoffs are starting to take shape. Anything over the last week that's really stood out for you in terms of the MLB?
Not really. I mean, I'm watching just kind of the ebb and flow of which teams are getting hot at the right time. Someone like Seattle, is one of those teams, and just maintaining really. I mean, a lot of it, to that end is me watching some of my futures bets of who's going to take down their divisions, like Detroit, Seattle, Milwaukee, just stuff like that, those kinds of things. But nothing really standing out. Otherwise, I don't see a lot of players getting rested. You already know who's already been eliminated. Rockies for one. Greatest run differential in all of sports this year. So they're on the outs. But yeah, man. I mean, it's funny because some of these teams, it's just a matter of watching, like watching my Braves, right? Like I'm watching them and I'm watching how they're playing upset, to the people above them. So, whether or not that becomes, Philly or the Mets to take the division, it's fun to watch them kind of take it from them though. So I like kind of watching that kind of stuff.
So let's jump right into it. Those tuning in for the first time, basically how it goes. We each have 3 bets. And there we go. Rocky's first 5. Let me get it out of the way. We each have 3 bets. We are going to build you a DFS lineup. And more importantly, we're going to give you a home run parlay. So let's jump right into it. David, your first bet is?
Yeah. So, first matchup that I was looking at on the board that kind of stood out to me is Seattle versus the Guardians, right? So you got Kirby versus Allen. I mean, it's really like a tale of 2 teams here, right? Again, I just mentioned, Mariners are coming off winning 2 of the last 3 series. Bats have really gotten hot for themselves. They've been averaging coming into the series, 6 runs a game for themselves. Meanwhile, on the opposite end, Guardians, they had not been putting up any runs for themselves. averaging only 2 runs a game in just the most recent series, if you will. But before that, they had a string of about 7 straight losses between those. They've lost 2 of the last 3 series. They just took the one against Tampa Bay, so a little fresh result for themselves, which is okay. But also, when it comes to this, pitching performance in this matchup, you're looking at Kirby. So, Kirby versus Allen. Allen has a terrible whip for himself coming into this matchup for himself. He is sitting on a whip of 2.2. Anybody who's watched this all season, any pitcher above a 1.4 is just putting people on left and right. Okay. So he is absolutely in terrible form. Is not found a way to get out of that. Meanwhile, George Kirby for the Mariners, really good form, sitting at about a 1.15 whip for himself over the last week. And so really great form, hot bats, great pitching. I'm backing pretty much just the fact it's a huge fade on a Cleveland, very cold bat team, terrible pitcher. And just the upward swing of Seattle right now, coming in. So that's why we're on the run line -1.5 for some plus money to get us going today.
Tigers tonight, easy money. What are your thoughts there?
Let me go back and look at that one against the Royals. Actually, it's funny. I don't think that's easy money. I would actually think that the Royals could show up and be the upset team. Tigers do not have the hotter bats coming into this matchup. I always say bet on the teams that are hitting well. Royals are just outside my top 10 in terms of offensive ranks and performance, So Royals are averaging over 5.5 runs, close to 6 runs a game for themselves right now. Tigers are more at 2.5 to 3 runs a game. So again, it's one of those, public perception plays, in my opinion. There might be some bias in the line just based on, the pitchers that are going, but, that's why also the, Tigers are not like a favorite in this matchup at all. Royals are favorite at home. I don't know what the pitch. I'd have to look up the pitchers in terms of where they at, from a recent.
I can tell you right now, as someone that's watched a crazy amount of Tigers baseball, Chris Paddock is just simply there to eat innings until the playoffs.
Fair.
Like, I kind of feel like the Tigers are in that mindset. They have the central lined up. When Paddock goes there, it doesn't matter if they're down a quick 10-0. He is going to get to his allowed pitches,
his
innings, just to save bullpen arms. And I really think that's his role on this team.
Yeah.
So
that's fair.
My eyes in this, how much do you trust the Tigers, who are just coming off getting shut out, swept by the Oakland A's, going against Seth Lugo, or how you ever pronounce his name?
Yeah, Lugo.
Are they going to be able to get to him? And then what are we going to get from Paddock? Because Paddock has looked like shit since the trade, and I'm putting it nicely there.
You are absolutely. Yeah, there are moments when I back him, but I don't think this is one.
My first bet, and I am going to Boston. I took the Boston Red Sox here, -106. Now look, I'm just going to be fading Paul Skeens here. We know with Zach Wheeler sidelined with the blood clots, Skeens is a Cy Young favorite right now. But this Pirates bullpen is one of the worst in the league. Skeens I think they're limiting his pitches. They're being really careful, not letting him go late into games. And I think the Red Sox are going to be able to control it once he exits. Boston, recent success versus right-handed pitching over the last week, 8th best batting average, 11th in total hits, 8th in runs scored. Matchup edge, Skeens throws a fastball 39% of the time. Red Sox could potentially have 9 hitters with a positive run value against fastballs in their lineup. Now, the interesting thing, Peyton Toll, the top prospect in the Red Sox organization, 6'6" left-hander, is getting the start. He's only had 20 starts in the minor leagues, 133 strikeouts in 91 2/3 innings, 2.6 walks per 9, debuted 5 earned runs August 10th in AAA, but since then, 17 Ks, 2 walks in 15 innings pitched. last outing, 9 Ks, 1 earned run, 1 hit in 5 innings pitched, 92% whiff rate, elite, 42% whiff rate in the zone, leans on the cutter and changeup, both pitches that the Pirates struggle against. And sometimes actions speak louder than words. Okay. Red Sox are battling out. The bowler, the guy who used to play for the Dodgers, who they signed to that big contract, they could have went with him. No, they called up the kid. They released him. He's fucking done.
I was going to say, yeah.
The guy they traded for the Giants, from the Giants in the Deviers trade, whose name I'm spacing on, Harrison, they could start him. But they're going with this kid, 6'6", lefty. That is going to be hard as hell to hit starting in Fenway. Look, give me the Red Sox here. I'm not going to do the first 5 just because it could be 0-0, and I don't want to play for the Bush. Pirates bullpen is absolutely brutal. You and I discussed multiple times on the show. So I'm just going to take the Red Sox here for the full game at a decent price, minus 106.
Yeah, I like that.
Next one, my friend, lay it on me.
Yeah, so second matchup that I was looking at today was between Rangers and Athletics. So I am taking Rangers on the money line. So it's, both these teams are actually in really good form. Both pitchers are in good form. What it comes down to for me is my offensive rankings. I got Texas ahead of Athletics. So I think they'll break through. They've really been putting up runs in bunches lately. They're winners of 2 of their last 3 series, and in those last 2 series against both Cleveland and the Angels, they've been averaging 9 runs a game. So not shy on anything. Again, Athletics are not in bad form either, but Jack Leiter is in better form than Jeffrey Springs that we have going for the Athletics. So definitely something that, again, as you all know, I try to pair, the strong pitcher with the better offensive team. And we're getting dog money here. I mean, for me, kind of a no-brainer. It's, that's how I quick glance look at things, and I trust my numbers, right? I mean, they haven't really steered me wrong all season long. And so, from that aspect, it's I'm not overthinking this, but I definitely love the dog money with the number 1 offensive team in the Rangers walking into this weekend series.
I like that one a lot. I like where your head is there. I could see the Rangers getting that one done. Now, my next bet, and this goes out to our number 1 fan, Sports Bet Facts. It's not going to be a show without me giving out the Rockies' first 5. Now, this is a system play for me, and I hate when people say system play.
I hate that too.
Pitcher making his first start at Coors Field, I'm going to fade in the first 5. It's just, I do.
Oh yeah, no, I remember.
It has been profitable for me for many years. It plays different with the altitude, and you can't experience it until you're there. Cubs on the road this year, -2% run line. Cubs bats aren't really hot coming in the game, only 17th in runs scored over the past week. Cubs historically struggle at Coors Field. I looked the last 20 years. They have been the worst team at Coors Field for the first 5, -29, -26.9%. They rank 4th in strikeouts per game. When we look at the Rockies, despite ranking 28th in runs per game, they're historically this season have been better at Coors. The starting pitcher, Marquez, today, he's coming off a game against the Phillies. He just had 1 earned run on 4 hits over 7 innings. So it fits my system. I have a pitcher who looked good against the Phillies, and I have the Cubs who have historically struggled at Coors and have historically struggled this season on the road. Just makes all the sense for me. Give me the Rockies at a juicy price here, plus 185 for the first 5, my friend.
That's a hell of a price for sure. I like that one. It makes me think of my Braves going against Philly. They're also somewhere in that 180 range, and they have some of the hottest bats. I know they got mollywopped last night, absolutely demolished by Philly. They really just got demolished by one guy. Schwarber just had career fucking crazy night. And, you know,
Mollywop to me is one of those sayings like hell bent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just one of those old timing sayings. Mollywopped, hell bent. Go ahead.
Showing my age, huh?
Father Time is undefeated, my friend.
All right. So last bet, for me on the slate today, I'm actually going last game on the board. Orioles versus Giants, taking Giants on the red line -1 for plus money again. Again, all my plays, I look for dog money where I can get it. Reason why I'm taking this on the run line at the -1 is because the money line is starting to creep up to like the -140-ish range, and I don't really like playing expensive juice above 130 and really above 125 in a lot of baseball. So anyway, where I'm coming from this game, pretty simple. Orioles are my number 29 ranked offensive team coming into this. They're averaging 1 run a game. Again, I don't bet on teams that are not hitting, right? Like, bet on the team that's hitting. Giants on the other side, they are my number 7 ranked team. They're averaging 7 runs a game for themselves right now. Winners of like pretty much 5 straight. Took both last series against both Chicago and Milwaukee. And, they're sitting pretty at home as Baltimore comes in to visit them. Baltimore, on the other hand, lost. They got swept by Boston. They lost 3 out of 4 to Houston. They are not in good form. They have nothing that they're really playing for right now. So kind of a lack of motivation on the road. A lot of little situational factors that are playing into that. Also, when it comes to the, defensive or pitching side of the ball for the teams here, Kramer is for the Orioles is averaging a whip of 1.6 in the recency form. So again, that above that 1.4 number, meaning he's putting people on base in bunches and, going against pretty much a really hot hitting team that has all the confidence in the world, something to prove for themselves, as they round out as well. And, and then Robbie Ray is actually in pretty decent form for himself. Not great. He did actually just have a little blow up in his last spot outing, but before that, everything's been under a whip of 1. So he's actually turned it on too in recent weeks. So, definitely love the form of Robbie Ray. Love the Giants bats right now and the average that they have. I'm fading hard against the Orioles. And just knowing that they're not hitting the ball at all. So, fade the teams that aren't hitting. That's pretty much how you look at every single one of my bets on the board today.
I like it. Agree with you 100%. The team's not hitting. That is when you fade the team. My next bet, I am going to the south side. Give me the Yankees and White Sox over 9. I found this at even money. Last 7 days, White Sox 5th in batting average, 2nd in hits, 8th in runs. Yankees 9th in batting average, 7th in hits, 3rd in runs. Yankees offense, 1st in MLB in runs scored and in home runs, 456 slugging percentage 2nd, 331 on base 3rd. Last 10 games, averaging 6.4 runs per game. Over has hit 64 of 132 games, 9-2 over in the last 11. White Sox, when we look at their offense, 3.9 runs per game, 26. But over their last 10 games, 5.9 runs per game. So their bats are hitting well. We look at Carlos Rodon. 4 of his last 5 starts this month have gone over since the All-Star break. Betting is over. You have a 27.5% ROI. Gomez for the White Sox, 4.73 ERA, home run prone, tends to leave the fastball high in the zone over the plate. Guaranteed rate is a very hitter-friendly park. Both bullpens have been inconsistent. And you have a nice, lovely 14-mile-per-hour wind this evening in the Chi-Town. Give me the Yanks and White Sox over 9. Any college football plays today? Dude, this is a baseball show, buddy. This is a baseball show. I will say this, though. I will be at the bar yelling at Michigan State because I think Western Michigan's gonna give them a game. Any futures you're liking? Is there any future you like in the market? Any team you're kind of looking at? You're kind of like, they're interesting.
That's a good question. I haven't looked at that in a while. So I'm sorry, I don't have anything that I'm just like dead focused on. I mean, a lot of them for me, like I mentioned earlier, my futures plays are coming down to just, the divisional matchups within some of the, league play, right? So, I'm watching just closely on whether or not, teams like Detroit maintaining a nice little comfy eight run, 8 game, lead there. Whether or not Seattle is going to upend Houston coming into the end, they probably have some good dog money on them. Milwaukee's holding steady with about 6-7 game lead. And then I guess because, I think one that interests me when I look at the West is whether or not the Padres, because the Padres and Dodgers finished their series, so they're not playing again for the rest of the year together. So there's not going to be any impact. It's going to be a matter of how they actually own their series outside of each other. So Padres 2 games behind the Dodgers, they have a chance to take the West. I mean, there might be something there in terms of taking that. Dodgers have been slipping in terms of their bats as well. So, I think they've just turned it on recently a little bit, but again, they're going to, if it's a matter of whether or not they can keep that, right? So, and again, like I said, with the East, same type of thing, whether or not the Mets can get hot and actually take that division over Philly. I think it's for Philly, but I think the ones that are interesting are the Padres in the West and potentially the Mariners in AL West. So outside of that, maybe Boston. The AL East is just so stacked, but I like Toronto to still take it. I just think Boston would be the only real player there to give them competition.
The futures that are sticking out to me when I'm looking at the World Series future, you mentioned the Padres 11-1.
Yep.
Absolutely love the Padres. I love the Mariners pitching staff. We're seeing the Mariners 11-1. That's sticking out. Mets at 15-1 if they can ever just kind of piece it together.
Right.
Interesting to me. Divisional stuff. Let me just go through the divisions really quick. I have 16-1 on the Blue Jays.
Nice.
So I mean, if I'm smart, I'm going to hedge out and put a little bit money on the Yankees and Red Sox as I get a little price. But I'm not going to hedge just because this is not life-altering money for me. You know what I mean?
Right.
Tigers are minus 20,000 to win the Central. So I got them at plus 280 to win the Central. Not going to do anything there. Mariners are.
I did too, actually. Nice.
Mariners are plus 115 to win the West. Mets plus 550 to win the East. Interesting. Cubs plus 700 to win the Central. Padres plus 270. So I think the Padres angle, I kind of
Padres
like.
won. Yep.
Head is there to play the Padres to win it all or to win in the West. Now, let's go ahead. We each have a player that we like for our home run parlay. Each of us have one. You lead us off with your player, my friend.
Yeah, so, I'm looking at Kyle Tucker tonight with the Cubs coming into Colorado. He's had 3 home runs over the last week for himself. He's batting .409, seeing the ball like a beach ball right now, right? And so, you kind of mentioned it earlier. Marquez is being reactivated from the injury list, coming back. He's been sidelined since just after the All-Star break, so I'm really not too sure, how he's going to play, opening up tonight, in this series. But I just think he's going to give one up. And if he's going to give one up, he's going to give it up to Kyle Tucker, who's seeing that ball so well. So, that's it's kind of it's just always kind of like you said, though. But you put it for, rookies that come into Colorado playing for a first time, right? Like Marquez has experience in the stadium, of course, being his home field. But at the same time, you've been out that long and then you're coming back into playing, it's a different mentality. Yeah, you're just rusty.
100%.
Exactly.
100%. Mine, I went down to guaranteed rate. Give me Stanton here. Power threat, 13 home runs this season. Just a couple days ago, hit a booming 386-foot shot, 421 slugging percentage, multiple home run game on the 19th, facing Gomez, who's home run prone, leans on the fastball. Stanton has shown he has been elite this year against the fastball. Gomez tends to leave balls up on the plate. That's where Stanton strives in. And Guaranteed Rate Field, just such a hitter-friendly park, especially with that nice, juicy 14-mile-per-hour wind. Put that together, that is a nice plus 1575 parlay with Kyle Tucker and Mr. Stanton. Now let's go ahead and let's pull up our own little DFS lineup. Personally, for me, what I want to do is I want to go with the kid Boston's throwing out tonight. He's 7,600, 6'6" lefty, leaning on the cutter and the changeup, which the Pirates struggle on. I like this look, man. I think I'm going to put my foot down on pitcher one. We're going with the kid.
All right. You got him then. All right. Well, pitcher two, let's go Jack Leiter. Again, I touted him early enough. I think he's in great form and he's cheap money. So definitely something I would like to, see in the lineup there.
All right. So now let's go ahead. Let's put in the rest of our lineup. Anyone you are dead set on being in the lineup today, my friend?
I think if we have Mets on the board.
Mets are on the board, my friend.
All right, let's go with Vientos, the third baseman for the Mets. For everybody else listening out there, Vientos, over the last week, number 4 best offensive player in all of baseball, has put up 6 runs, 4 home runs, 11 RBIs, batting .357 coming into this series. And a really good price.
I like it. You can't complain about that price. I kind of want to go with Gio, dude. Just because Gomez is going to be hanging that fastball up in the zone. It's going to be easy for him to crush. I absolutely love.
I was going to say him or Trent Grisham, one of the two.
I'm pretty much. I mean, we could go both if you want to, man.
All right. Let's go. I mean, I don't know what the price looks like, but show me the outfield. Ooh, Grisham, nice and cheap.
I mean,
just stack it. Stack the Yankees. We're going over in runs in that game. Absolutely.
So we're gonna go Stanton and boom.
I do want to see what Kyle Tucker looks like if we can get him in there. Again, I just rattled off he's batting 400. Probably actually one of the – it's like the number 18th ranked offensive player.
6,500.
We've saved money everywhere else.
All right, so we put Kyle Tucker in there. Looking at it, what about your boy from Ozzy from Atlanta? Is Atlanta
for second? Yeah,
who's
I would
Atlanta
definitely take him. He's been doing great.
Yeah,
he's been on fire.
Who's Atlanta playing? Oh, they're in the earlier. Fuck. Never mind, man. Yeah, but they start earlier. They start before 7, so they are not on the slate. That is my bad.
You could take.
How do you feel about Garcia from the Texans? Garcia from the Rangers.
Rangers. Oh, a second. Oh, Adolis? Are you talking Adolis Garcia? Or who are you talking?
Yes.
Oh,
Adolis Garcia.
Absolutely. But he's an outfielder, right?
Yeah, shit. We already have him. My bad. My bad, my friend. My bad.
So what are we looking at? We have catcher. Let's see, catchers.
How about we go to
do we have
Marcy?
Who's that?
Oh no, he's an outfielder too. Never mind.
How about
never mind.
Gabriel
CMU's
Moreno
fine.
for Arizona. Do you have Arizona on the board?
Arizona should be on the board.
Yeah. Take
What position?
Gabriel Moreno for catcher. There you go. Good price.
All right, first baseman here. Let's lock it in. First baseman. We got about 4,600 left. Is Yelich going today? No.
Wait, where's...
What about Langford? Oh, no. He's an outfielder. God damn it.
So at first, second, and short, right?
Yeah, first, second, and short.
Does... What about maybe
What
Josh
about Walker?
Naylor? Oh, I like Walker too.
So let's go to second base.
Trying to see who's at the top. All right, so
I mean, we got 4,500, so I mean, we're in a good position here. We can kind of speed.
Yep.
We can kind of spend up if we need to.
So
I mean, if we go, how do you feel Lindor at shortstop?
Lindor at short. Yeah, I mean, yeah, let's do it.
So if we go him, we're going to be at 3,700 for second base. I mean,
what about Toronto's Andres Jimenez?
Toronto plays the Brewers. Boom. 3,100. That works, my friend.
All right.
Boom. So there you have it. That's our lineup. We're going with the kid, Torrey Leiter, Moreno, Walker, Jimenez, Venitos, Lindor, Grisham, Stanton, and Kyle Tucker. Our home run parlay is Kyle Tucker and Stanton. Bet-wise, David went with the M's -1.5 plus 105. The Rangers plus 127. And the Giants -1 plus 105. I went with the Red Sox -106. The traditional Rockies first 5 plus 185. And the Yanks and the White Sox over 9. Best of luck if you tail my bets. Make sure you give that man a follow at BetterDP21. And for those going to the Vatek game, if you see him down there in good old Mercedes-Benz Stadium, go up, say hi to him. He'll buy your ass a beer. So appreciate it, my friend. And I look forward to closing out this MLB season with some more winners, my friend.
Absolutely. Yeah, we'll get started with football very soon together as well. Uh-oh, I think you froze.
Best of luck in your bets, and we'll talk soon, my friend. Did I freeze?
Appreciate it. Let's cash. I love it. I love it.
Dude, it won't let me freeze.
It's so great.
Oh, my God.
Did this last week, too.